Welcome to Wizards of the Tower,
Roleplay.
where we talk everything role-playing games. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about Pixels. It's a new dice that came out that was on a Kickstarter about 2 years ago or so. Welcome to Wizards of the Tower.
Roleplay.
We're going to talk about something new that we just got a couple weeks ago. We got one as kind of a promo because we offered to talk about them, and then before we got a chance to record, we actually got our personal one. So we're going to be talking about Pixels. These are a new LED Bluetooth dice. These aren't just LED dice. I've seen some of those at game stores where you roll them and they just light up. These ones are actually Bluetooth, so they connect to either your Android or your Apple device, whether it be a phone or your tablet. And they're kind of a cool thing that Tom hasn't got to play with one yet. I've had a set to play with for about a month now. And the one that we got as kind of the freebie to talk about, I didn't like as much as I do the new one that I got. And the difference is the one that we got for free from Pixels.
Yeah.
Game with Pixels is actually the company. That it's clear, and I have a hard time reading it. One of our other gamers can read it better than I can. And they suggested turning the LED down on it because you can change the brightness on it. And I found it kind of hard to read, but it was kind of a fun thing to play with.
Sure. Well, okay, so dice. Everybody talks about dice. Okay?
You got to love dice.
You got to have dice everywhere. Whenever you play tabletop stuff, you're rolled by the dice, right? And for a lot of times, people used to have dice on their phone where they would tap on their phone and it would electronic rolling. I never liked that because I always liked the physical sense of having the dice in my hand. I'm kind of superstitious in that sense. That you hold the physical thing in your hand.
And you roll your dice.
You warm it up, you roll it, that kind of thing.
You feel it.
So the Pixel dice is a really good compromise between the two. It gives you a physical sense of having a dice in your hand, but when you roll it, it basically tells you what you rolled with a phrase or a word or a number, something like that.
Yeah, so each one of them has a digital lit front, and you can change that through the programming of your phone to different colors, whether it's rainbow or whether it's dark and satanic or specific colors. You can change that. That's what's really cool, is it's programmable in a sense.
My favorite color is satanic, just so you know. The great thing about the dice is if anybody's having a hard time reading their dice, say you're playing in someone's basement, like we play in our basement, it's not always the brightest in there, even with lighting. When you roll it, it basically tells you what you rolled.
Yeah.
And that's really, really cool in my opinion.
You can turn that off and turn it on. Now, when it rolls a D20, when it rolls a 20, or when it rolls a 1, you can have it say something.
Yeah.
Like, huzzah, or nat 20, or fumble, or I went and played a pirate board game, and I was having it say, yar har matey when I rolled a 20, and scurvy dog when it rolled a 1.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So what do these cost? You're probably wondering. Well, a brand new set of dice that you get at a game store at a Comic-Con cost about what, $40?
Regular dice? Yeah, about $40.
About $40. Okay, so what compared to the Pixel? What's the Pixel price?
The Pixel price for the full dice set of the D20, the 12. The D10, the D100, or the two D10s.
Yeah.
A D8, a D4, and a D6 is $306. So they are kind of expensive.
Yeah, that's expensive. Yeah, that's pricey.
They were a little bit cheaper during the Kickstarter because you're helping them get going.
Sure. But what is it for just, let's say you don't want to use the whole set and you just want to use the D20.
Yeah, so the D20, each one of them is $51. Or a D12 to a D4 is $51. Now you can buy them in sets too,
Right.
of multiple 20s, and it gets a little bit cheaper. But a single D20 is $51. A set is $306. So they are a little bit expensive.
They are, but when you consider like a brand new D&D book, how much is that?
New D&D book is about $60.
Okay, so all right. I mean, it's comparable to buying the new D&D book. Now, electronic stuff. We see it all over the place. We see at the cons we go to, we see all these different different additions to the games. Is this electronic dice, LED dice, just a fad, or do you think it's going to catch on?
That's really hard to say, because I've seen the LED dice before in our local gaming store.
Yeah.
And I've tried them, and I didn't like them. I didn't think they rolled very good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you could see the front face fairly good.
Yeah.
But I just didn't care much for them for the price. And I honestly considered about getting some just to have them.
Sure. But these are a little different now. These are Bluetooth connection. So you do have the connection with your phone.
Right.
So it's not that you're just rolling and then you got to look at it and it's glowing.
Yeah.
It's not that. You actually hear it speak over your phone. So there's an added dimension. And I will be the first person to admit that even though I'm not the most comfortable with a lot of tech, I do like tech that makes my life a little easier or a little more exciting.
Yeah, because if you're in an area that's hard to read,
Yeah.
you pull up your phone. I don't have it on here right now. And it tells you what you rolled, and it tells you what you rolled previously and previously before that, and it keeps a log of what the dice has rolled.
Pretty cool if you have a dice log where it goes backwards, where you can tell what you rolled the last time.
Yeah, how many times you rolled a D1
That's pretty
or a
nice.
D20. And now the thing is that will track that every time you put it on the facing of the D20 or the D1 trying to find it, because when you charge it, you have to have it on the 1 down and the 20 up.
Sure.
So you have to, navigate through it and find it to get it in its little holder.
Well, I mean that's just technical aspects of how you're going to put it in there. One of the things that I like about it, and I was just playing with it a little bit before we started filming, Dice Honesty. Now, I know for a fact that we've had people in our group before.
I think everybody has had people
shave their dice to end up. I'm not going to name any names, but we had this guy who loved playing monks, who for some reason or another, that monk always kicked everybody's butt, no matter what. And it always used to kind of make us go, he's getting a lot of really good rolls there in a row. Now either his dice is just the best dice in the world, or he's shaving his dice just because he likes to power game and succeed at every roll. Okay, I think the concept of dice honesty is really something that players need to talk about.
Now, what does Tom mean about dice honesty? Well, if you have the dice speaking, you have that option turned on, and let's say you rolled a 20, and you have it where it just says 20, or you have it say a phrase like, nat 20, or you rolled a fumble, it says fumble. You can't hide that.
Exactly.
Everybody hears that at the table.
Everybody hears it at the table. Everybody knows what you rolled.
Right.
And I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. It's not that I don't trust people in our current group, because I do. I trust the people in our current group, tremendously.
Right.
But in the past, we've had people who I know have shaded stuff just to become successful in Power Game.
Right.
I think it's probably part of Power Gamers that they feel they have to shade their dice higher so that they succeed. And it's this kind of ambitious, personality that they have to kind of like, I got to keep going, got to get ahead, got to be better than everybody else, that kind of thing. It's a competitiveness in people.
Yeah. Now you can turn that feature off, and you can have it where it just does the 20 or the 1.
Right.
But our Onyx dice that we got actually was already set up to do 1 through 20.
Sure.
So no matter what Tom rolls, it tells him what he rolled.
Yep.
Now the phone, the one thing that would be really cool, and we haven't figured out how to do this, is when you have it on your phone, it uses your phone's voicing. So ours is a female.
Yeah.
And you can change the pitch so it's a little lower or a little higher, or you can say you can speed it up on how fast it says it or how slow it says it. So instead of like nat 20, it'll say nat 20. So it's real slow. Or it'll say nat 20. So you can change that. Now, I'm sure there's a way to change the phrasing within your phone or your tablet to have it where it could speak like Darth Vader.
Yeah, or a dragon from Smog,
Yeah.
something like that. And that brings us to another question, okay? That of the electronic revolution in gaming. So, we have always talked about traditional gaming where you can game, simple with just a pad and a paper and a couple dice, and you and your friends can get together. You don't even need a map, figures, anything. It all takes place in your head. However, now we're moving forward in different ideas. People using laptops to game. I mean, I use my laptop. Delaney uses a projector to show us maps.
When I DM, yeah.
Yeah, we have all kind of things. We have background music. We have all sorts of props, things like that to make it, a little more exciting when we game. And
A little more immersion.
a lot more immersion. And I think this is just one more way to immerse us in sort of this world where we become really connected to what's happening, in the game. By having you roll and having it spoken to everybody and having that consistent spreadsheet where it shows all your previous rolls. I think it's what it is it's essentially taking, the regular role-playing game scenarios and the role-playing game schematics and mechanics. It's taking it, further into the 21st century, really.
Yeah.
Our intro that we do for Wizards of the Tower, is done with what?
Tailspire.
Okay, it's done with Tailspire. So when we had our pirate game, when we had our pirate website and our pirate YouTube channel, we did things by claymation because
Right,
that
stop
was
motion animation.
stop motion animation with claymation. That's how we did our intro with the Kraken and the storm and the ship sailing.
We'll have to post that up here just so you can. We'll put it in
Yeah.
at the end of this video since
Yeah.
Tom's talking about it, so you can see what
Yeah.
we did for that
Yeah.
channel that we had, and that was called the Pirate Round.
It's called the Pirate Round. Yeah.
Yeah, PYRATE. Pirate Round.
So we've moved from that to, kind of using Tailspire. Now I think the next thing we're going to try to do is probably AI.
Yeah, we're working on writing an AI song.
Yeah.
That about Wizards of the Tower.
Yeah.
That's going to be kind of funky, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And the great thing about it is I know there's a lot of pushback from people who say, I just like things the way they were, and and it's like, okay, look, I understand.
Well,
I understand completely. You don't have to be one thing or the other. But to those of us who work with technology and aren't afraid of it and kind of use it to enhance our sort of experiences, there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, it's our banners. Our banners are all AI.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
If
so
they are, yeah, all the banners we use are AI for this.
Yeah.
What would it be like if we tried to hand draw everything, or tried to hire a media artist to do it? It'd be very difficult for us to produce this show.
We couldn't do this show
couldn't
because
do it.
we do this on our own budget.
Yeah.
Which, a lot of people do their Patreon and have thousands of followers and get money from it, but
We don't have that.
we're a home supported company.
Yeah.
So Pixels was actually gracious enough to give us a set of dice
That's
before
very nice of
other
them.
ones. Yeah, they put out on their site, is there anybody, content creators who would be interested in promoting? And I said, yeah, we would. And I said, we're just a small channel, 300, a little more than 325, 350 followers. We're growing slowly, but I said we would be happy to talk about it.
Sure.
And they immediately reached out and said, okay, what's the address? And they sent us the Pixels.
Yeah.
And the clear one. Now, the clear one was the first one that I got. Now, what comes in a Pixel box?
I have mine here too.
So you got this nice, cool little box that you can store it in. You get the USB-C cable.
Don't forget you get your instruction manual,
Right.
which is very important.
Yeah, so it's got a regular USB, and then it's got the USB-C that just plugs right in.
It's got a nice foam insert.
You've got the charger.
Now the dice fits in this case.
Yeah, this is
and
the
it's
charger.
a plastic case that's actually a charger. Here you can see the charge port. You open it up. It's kind of like
You can kind of see it
like
flashing.
earbuds in a way. So then, of course, there it is right there. You can see
It's
it
kind
light
of like
up.
Christmas lights.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I love LED stuff. I just really do.
Yeah.
And
So-
there you go. So it nestles in there, and it's kind of cool. In
Yeah,
that sense.
and it just puts right back in here.
Yeah, it goes right back in
And
the
then
box.
you plug it in, and it'll last. They say a game session. Now, how long is a game session?
Well-
I had mine out for all sessions starting from 2 until 8 o'clock
mean,
last time, and
You know.
and it was
how
fine.
long?
I did have it plugged in.
Yeah.
On this one, these are the clear. Now, the ones that Tom and I got were Onyx. Now, I think there's 3 or 4 more others.
Oh,
And
see, that would be hard for me to see.
Yeah.
I can't see that.
see, but you can see
oh
the
my
reading
god.
a little easier.
Oh
on
my
this one.
goodness. No, there's
Now
no
this
way.
is the clear. Now they said they liked the clear because that way you can kind of see the guts of it. But I can't read the
Yeah,
facing
yeah.
of this dice.
I'm sorry. That would not work for me.
Yeah.
I am nearsighted, terribly
That's a one.
nearsighted.
can
I
tell
am
this,
nearsighted, terribly nearsighted, of course, but I cannot see that. So
That's another one.
okay, now this next section we're gonna deal with the mechanics of rolling this dice.
Right, yeah. So
Okay.
we're going to take a real quick break and we'll be right back. Okay, so we've got our GoPro set out here, and Tom's got his camera set out there, or his phone
Okay,
set
I'm
out
gonna
there.
put the phone right here. You'll be able to see the little.
Yeah, and it'll tell you what it's
App
going to
we
roll.
got.
Now,
So, here we
Tom's
go.
going to roll the Onyx, and we'll leave the Onyx in there.
1,
So you can see that he rolled a 1. Okay, now, hold on. Oh, no.
20,
Okay, so you have a 20, so just keep that there for a
Okay.
moment.
nat 1,
Now,
fumble,
so you can see I programmed mine to say nat 1. Okay, so this one's not programmed to speak, but it rolled an 18.
nat 20, critical hit,
So that rolled an 11. So right now, I don't have it, like I said, anything but a 1 or a 20 is all mine speak. So it just rolled a 9. So you can see that the facing is a little bit harder to read on this because that was a 6 on that one.
Yeah.
Whereas on the Onyx, Tom, go ahead and roll yours again.
16,
Okay, let's do them at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
12,
And I rolled a 7. Okay?
I mean, I like the fact that mine speaks.
Right. And then my Onyx
15.
one also speaks.
Yep.
So that's a 6. But if I was to roll a 1, which is, here's the annoying thing.
nat 1, fumble,
So you can see that it did a 1. Now I can go in here.
Man, that's so hard to read.
Yeah, it's very hard to read. When the die, so I can go into this little menu on the phone when the die is rolled. Speak 9 through 20 is I could turn on the speech if I wanted.
20,
Other things that I can do is when 20, okay, so mine says nat 20 right now, critical hit if I roll a 20. If I roll a 1, it'll say nat 1, fumble. And like I said, when I was playing Pirate Borg, I was having it say Yar Harm 80. So
Kinda cool.
yeah, so you can have it say anything you want. So let's just say,
2,
Aw, 2.
okay,
5.
so I'm doing a real
Nice.
quick message here.
4,
Now, I noticed that your clear one stays lit a lot longer than mine.
Yeah, you can program, like I said, once again, the colors.
All right, I'll have to work on that.
Okay, so right now, if I roll a 20, you're going to hear what it's going to say. Let's see, so let me find the 1, because you can just kind of grab it and see. Okay, so here we go.
winner winner chicken dinner,
That's pretty good, I gotta say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
winner winner chicken dinner,
Nah. That's good. That's good. If you can make it say custom stuff like that,
Yeah.
I'm all in.
okay, so here's slower.
winner winner chicken dinner,
Oh, didn't do it. Okay, let's see here. Let me go out of it.
Loser, loser, you're a boozer.
winner winner chicken dinner,
Okay, so for some reason the pitch isn't going.
winner winner chicken dinner,
Oh,
Okay,
there,
so
it's
there's
speed,
fast.
there it's speeded up.
So, and here it is going down, and you can test it to have it say whatever you want. to
20.
say. Come on, pitch, come on.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Okay, so that's supposedly the pitch, and then the rate.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
So for some reason it's not calculating the speed right now, but normally it does. So you can kind of see the difference here between the Clear and the Onyx.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my Onyx to throw the color up a little more. I mean,
19.
I'd like to
Yeah.
have it with the brighter colors.
16. 3.
So I'm
17.
Yeah.
gonna put it back
3,
in my case, so
16,
it's gonna go
8. 16.
until I figure out a way to get the
Right,
20.
and you can tell it to change
20.
colors when it's rolling
There
a
we
different
go.
face. So when this one rolls a face, it's got a gradient. Now I can change it to, let's do fixed rainbow on a 20. It'll repeat. It'll fade. How long it'll fade out. The intensity. So they're kind of fun.
I mean, we just do just about everything with our phones today, so I don't know why people
Right.
would be, why people would be averted to technology.
Yeah. Now the cool
Averse
thing,
to technology.
like I said, would be cool, is you got to find out how to change, like your phone when it speaks to sound like Darth Vader or
Yeah.
Charles Bronson or
Yeah, something like
hey, hey, Christopher Walken, hey.
I mean, there's nothing, that's just really entertaining, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And we all like to have fun with that kind of stuff, and I don't see why that's a problem. It's just, I know there's going to be some people who are like, there's no way I want to do that because that tech, nah.
It's annoying.
It's annoying. It's like, well, there's some people who are annoyed by everything. So, what can I tell you? I mean, I think they're good, and I like them, and I would eventually like to get a
Yeah.
whole set of them. The price is probably prohibitive right now.
Yeah.
But as long as I've got the 20, which I roll most of anyway, that's
Right.
fine.
When I backed these on Kickstarter 2 years ago or so, and they've been in development, they had problems with the Onyx facing. Something that went over the numbers clouded them up, and then they had to start all over with the Onyx and one other dice. They were unreadable.
Okay.
And they just got them in, and we just got ours this past week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was this past
Yeah.
week that we got them. And they're kind of cool. They come in a little box. This is just how they come. So, kind of cool. I dig them.
Yeah, I will say this. Okay, now Delaney and I occasionally game online with people in different groups. And when you game online, you have to use the electronic dice roller within the program of like Roll20 or something like that online.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like to have the physical dice in my
Right.
hand to roll.
Oh, I was going to show you in comparison here.
Oh,
The
yeah.
size. They're just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, they're bigger. So you may have problems with dice towers if you're trying to roll through dice tower,
Yeah.
although you may not depending on your dice tower.
Yeah. They're pretty much like a standard.
They're like a
Weighted
plastic die.
Yeah.
They're like a plastic. They've got the weight of a plastic die.
Yeah.
I don't like the dice rollers that you have in games online, and so I like to have a physical dice to roll. And so for me, this is the compromise
Here, I'm gonna
between
show you
one
this.
thing or the other. So that's what I like.
I'm going to put my phone out there. So that way you can see what it's rolling right there. So
Not saying much.
well, this one's not, the Clear one does not have the voice set up for all the numbers. It didn't come set up that way.
Okay.
But you can see it's rolling a 15.
I mean, it's as long as you can tell what it's rolling,
Yeah.
because I mean, I can't see it right there.
No, this tells you all your general information, your firmware. If I go in there, this is the menu that shows when dice roll, when dice is rolling, when dice turns on. It's supposed to say something. I've never gotten it to say anything, but then again, I'm usually not in there. This is the stats of how many times it's rolled something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a spreadsheet.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you can see
kinda cool.
that this die has never rolled a 5.
Well, it's all right.
Yeah, it's rolled a lot of deep nat 20s.
Mm-hmm.
It tells you by session even.
Good.
So you can go in and say that, and you can export it if you want. Remove the last one, merge it with previous.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cool little thing, and it's just a matter of I clicked on that one, went in there, clicked on that to go there, clicked on that to get the profile, and then as you can see, I've got 2 dice in here. I've got my Black's Onyx, and you can change the name of these, so this way I know which one is rolling.
As far as I'm concerned, so far, I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, and you can even go to a big roller.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah. Nice.
So yeah, they're kind of fun. A little expensive, but we like them. So if you want to check them out, I don't know if they're selling them yet. I know they're on pre-sale, but it's GameWithPixels.com. That's GameWithPixels.com. And I'll put the link down below. If you think they're kind of cool, check them out. Order them.
Yeah.
Say you found them through Wizards of the Tower. They'll appreciate it. And we may even be getting a chance to give 1 or 2 away here in the future. They asked if we'd be willing to, and I said, yeah,
Sure.
with a special event or whatever. So
Yeah.
we'll see how things goes. Maybe
Yeah.
if we hit 500, maybe they'll let us have a dice. So tell everybody to come join Wizards of the Tower roleplay. That if you like us, leave a comment. We will always comment. We're back to you, and always keep it positive. So anyway, thanks for watching Wizard of the Tower,
Role play
where we talk everything role playing, and may all your adventures be epic.
and keep on rolling.
Thanks, folks.